swapping out seats. So we have a 1999 Bluebird, and on this particular bus, when you take off the seats, you have these bolts right here. They actually go through the whole floor and all the way underneath the bus. And if you look here, you got the nuts for the bolts right here. They're all pretty rusted, so a lot of them have been breaking, but you actually have to hang on to these down here in order to unscrew them from the top. So a good idea is to use like a vice grip or something like that. Now we're gonna start getting the bolts out of the bottom of the chairs here. The lovely Gabby is underneath. She's gonna grab the nuts. I'm gonna go from the top and I'm just gonna hold them in place. They haven't been coming out really easily with an impact driver, so we're gonna test and see if she gets a couple turns from the bottom, if the impact driver will then help. These things are worth their weight in gold. A really good way to do this, so we just have this ratchet right here, and if you just put the ratchet on top up here, go ahead honey, you can pry it up against the seat, and then it's easier to unscrew from the bottom. So now we got it a little loose, but it's still pretty tight, and we're gonna see if the impact driver helps. No help. Back to this. It broke from the bottom just like most of them have been, so we're gonna see if I can just... Woo! Shimmy, shimmy, Coco. What? Window side. They're so rusted that the socket doesn't even want to go around them. You could use a vice grip for this too, but I feel like this is more efficient. Can you believe it, honey? Can't even believe it. One unscrewed. Next. Try the impact driver on the one next to it. It broke? Good. One good thing about this is if they actually break off, I mean, you can just leave the bolt and nut in the floor here. We'll probably take them out eventually. I'll probably knock them out with a punch, but for now, it's on to the next one. As we've been going through here, like the ones that you don't see anything, most of them broke. We have kind of a rust problem that I'm kind of getting paranoid about. I mean, look at all these broken ones. Broke. I hope this isn't a huge issue. We're still gonna keep going. You getting dirty?
Sweating.
Me too. I need a shower. So we've got all the bolts off from the bottom of the seats all the way up to the wheel well here. And it only took about a half an hour, but it's because they're so badly rusted, they're just breaking. A lot of the parts are rusty underneath, but it's crazy because I see a lot of people's buses underneath in different YouTube videos, and they seem to have problems with like other things in the vehicle, like oil leaks or something wrong with the motor or fuel leaks and stuff like that. And this bus runs like a tank. It was drove from Minneapolis, Minnesota all the way to Sioux City, Iowa 3 weeks before we bought it, and then we had to drive it back up here to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and it runs like a tank. All the switches work in it, all the lights, everything like that. I don't necessarily think that our problem with the rust is a better problem. I think it's probably worse in the end, but at least it runs great. Hopefully we don't run into any major problems. If you look down here, the exhaust rusted so badly it went straight through the U-bolt. The U-bolt's hanging by a thread, and if you can see all the way in there, it's not even connected. It's just busted off, so we gotta get a new exhaust. You can kind of see how bad the rust issue is. Hopefully it doesn't cause any major problems. So my parents' house is in Brandon, South Dakota. It's about a 20-minute drive from Sioux Falls. We gotta head back to our house because we forgot some tools and gotta pick up my van so I can go to work tonight. Goodbye, Big Blue. Back to the wood shop. This is my sweet shop that's filled with junk always. I got everything I need though. Well, we're wrapping up for day one on this bus conversion video. We got quite a bit done. We have just really bad rust underneath and on top, and 90% of these bolts, they broke. So we've just been ripping these things out. I have to sleep before work. It's like 6:30 now and I gotta be up by like 11:30, so I gotta go to bed. I'll be back tomorrow with my wife and we will be on day 2 of this conversion. Have a nice night.